Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the game War on the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my play-by-email match against KilRoy. This is the 12th March 1942 turn. Scenario 1, no modification, 1-day turn setup. I was able to capture, I think, the most important bases all over the maps the Japanese must have. So, Java, Sumatra, Philippines, Port, Mosby, also New Caledonian, all under control. Malaya, Singapore, of course. Yeah. This is some additional, I think, amphibious assault attack. Yeah, I was here landing one Navy Guard units to take the base, but surprisingly, here's more Chinese units than I expected. So I maybe must bring in reinforcements sooner or later. Also, some American submarines still operating here north of Batavia, but again, no success. But also for me, no success to get rid of the submarine. So I think first, if all torpedoes are consumed, then maybe it will return to Colombo. There was just one of my subs getting damaged by Canadian, I think, corvettes east of Sydney. And the American battleships are now, I think, already the second time back here, bombarding Wake. But for some reason, this bombardment make no damage at all. So, yeah. And now the American making the counter strike against Wake. So it was first originally American, then I took it, and now KilRoy is back with American forces too.
Hello, all you poor GIs and Marines. This is Orphan Anne at Radio Tokyo, bringing you some hot music and another blow to your morale. Today, our High Command announced that the foolish Allies have attempted a landing at Wake, and soon thousands of your friends' bodies will be floating in the surf.
Yeah, I cannot really give any other comment to this. It is for sure that the Americans coming and the Americans will be defeated. So it's only a question of time. And how much material the Allies will here waste on this island in nowhere. But yes, KilRoy is back to take Wake Island. And I have only one Navy Guard units in Wake, so nothing else. Simply it was... I was not able to bring in very other equipment like Air Force Base or Navy equipment or anything else. Not that I really have anything like this at the start of the game. And it's so remote that I also have no near base to support Wake, so I simply only let the one Navy Guard unit there to hold the line and the position and hope that KilRoy is not coming with too much equipment. It is also, of course, an opportunity. If he strikes Wake, he's also far away outside in the central Pacific and have no base nearby, so maybe there is the opportunity to simply force a battle with the American battleship and carrier fleet. The only problem for me is that my carrier fleet divisions are split in two. And if I bring now my carriers from Singapore over to Wake, this needs at least 1 week. It's always up to the player where he wants to focus his efforts. I balance out normally my forces and try to capture everywhere something and simply not allow the allied player, in this case KilRoy, to build up with 2 strong defense. In the Jochen game it was that Jochen concentrated on India Ocean, so I had a hard time there, and at the end I also lost the game there. In KilRoy I think is more the opposite. He focused more of Pacific area, at least of the Central Pacific. But you will soon see what else happened. Everywhere the standard bombardment of Chinese British troops on the ground. No surprise here. And here are again the carrier units making additional support bombardment. Not much they really do here. Small damage to the base, small disabled units on my defending Navy guards. And the Hudson's coming, taking my APDs, but no hit, luckily. And because the Navy Guard unit was a little weak, I sent in some parachuter regiments. I think he has only flak, but the flak is so strong, and I really don't expected this. But I have many airplanes getting disabled, destroyed, and only by flak. So next time I will say, okay, I better bring heavy cruisers or battleships to soften up the base before I really make something like this. Good. Many aircraft getting here damaged. And he's also trusty in Singapore port. Don't ask me how crazy this is. This is of course a super risky operation. But so trusty gets hit 5 times, but only small damage here. I can only imagine that KilRoy trying here some super sneaky stuff. This Dutch boat get against. This is a port of Batavia. KilRoy really use very aggressive with submarines. More support. Normally this is always unloading of supplies. This is the battle near to Lenschau, Southern Gate, and yeah, I win the battle, but I cannot take the field. Simply the Chinese hold the line, but they're suffering. Kopeng also surrendered or running. And here are 2. These are the Hudsons. I think they always bombard my APDs in the north, and now they are destroyed. Also taking some dot base. And because I must here make this shock attack because of a parachuter attack, it is not enough. I have here on paper 112 attack value, but at the end only 35 really taking part of the battle. Luckily not really much gets destroyed, only disabled, and I can disable more on the Chinese side, but it will not give me victory. I cannot overcome the fort level. Now the Allies making shock attack. The 8th Marine Regiment is here. And here nothing happens. I don't see anything. Nothing happens here. Everything is fine. So, tada. So we arrive now at already the 13th March, and air war was so I would say. I have high losses on transport airplanes, Topsies, transport airplanes, Tina are transport airplanes, Talia is transport airplane. These are all transport. One light bomber getting ops losses, and two scout planes getting ops losses. Maybe all flag damage, maybe. And the Americans, allies, they lost this Hudsons and this two last, maybe Dutch Buffaloes on the ground. So out of this 9 airframes, I lost 7 killed pilot and 1 wounded. So very very high casualty rate for my pilots. But again, recon airplane pilots, transport pilots, these are all. Most of them are army pilots and not frontline guys. You will. I never really use them, and recon pilots for the army. That's. I can train more recon pilots than I ever can consume. I don't really see a problem with this. Of course, every day this would be not nice, but sometimes this can happen. So ship sunk. Last turn was, yeah, believe it or don't believe it. Smith, I hear no sinking sound. Sarago, also no sinking sound. Damage maybe, but no. I don't believe that they really sunk, but yeah. China, my armies are closing in on Lenshao. Also, at the same time, I drive another second army source to clean up this, yeah, still resistance. I'm coming close to finish and open this smaller supply line to Xi'an. I bring more forces to Chongqing and Changsha, and also I think reinforce all of this. The battle was okay, but still too bloody for me to really do it too often. It will consume simply too many supplies. Here in the source, I try to bring reinforcements, but the enemy flag is too strong, so I cannot bring in more of my paratrooper guys. Most already landed here, but it's still not enough. I don't have enough attack value here. But this is a so secondary target for me that is really, maybe I pause this activity and simply only stay there. Maybe if I have really done, if I must first take Changsha, and then I normally want to drive down here on Nanjing and getting here the Coca-Cola factory. And at that moment I can maybe simply go here down and take the cities. They have no strategic value for me. More important is to take here Lenshao in the north and Changsha in the center. No activity in Burma, no information about British troops. Nothing happened here in South Sumatra. This British division is still hiding in the swamps. I took Kopeng, so I'm done. Kopeng. This has the last Dutch bases. Dili is still here. There's also, I think, a airport. At least the Japanese get forced to keep here a garrison. Don't ask me why you must stay in Dili but not in Kopeng. Sometimes this garrison requests make no sense. Also, there is no industry. I don't know really why, but it is like this. Wing, Rabaul, New Caledonian, no activity, no sighting. Thinking of Prince of Wales and Repulse 1 week ago. Maybe stop all activity for KilRoy here. He still tried to hunt my submarines, blockading the entries of Port of Suva. My carriers, also my invasion fleet for Fiji's coming, closing in, so maybe 3 days I can attack Fiji. And I focus for this and don't react to Wake, because in Wake nothing happens. I see here nothing. Okay, Wake is American island again. Good. Then the American islands. Here are carriers, and of course many more fake carriers. I mean, the Americans in 1 year or less than 2 years, this would be no surprise for me to see so many carriers. But of course now, yeah, these are not carriers. These are all heavy cruisers or battleships. But yeah, Wake is lost again. What is a burning? I don't know, sand place in the middle of the ocean. Not that you really get anything out of this. For me, there are some points to take, but that doesn't matter really. The question is now how I will react, and I cannot really react to this because there are enemy battleships and carriers nearby, and I must first finish my Fiji operation before I can send anything here to Wake. So this question is then only, will KilRoy stop here, or will KilRoy be crazy American MacArthur style and trying to overrun the Japanese in the first week of the war? Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.